Have you ever looked at someone who seems to have it all and wondered, how did they get there? Maybe it's the successful entrepreneur, the inspiring athlete, the wise leader, or the person who just seems to live life on their own terms. It's easy to assume they made one giant move that changed everything overnight. But the truth is far more surprising and far more powerful. Everything they accomplished started small. One simple action, one tiny decision, one small habit repeated consistently. And over time, those small beginnings didn't just add up. They multiplied, reshaped, and eventually transformed their entire life. That is the secret to lasting success, fulfillment, and growth. It starts small, but it changes everything. We are trained to chase big moments. Society glorifies dramatic wins, sudden breakthroughs, and overnight success. Movies, books, and social media all reinforce the illusion that transformation happens in a single, decisive act. But life is rarely like that. In reality, real change is incremental. It grows quietly, almost invisibly, like a seed breaking through soil. You may not notice it at first. One day, the change is barely perceptible. But if you stay consistent, it compounds, and suddenly your life looks completely different. The athlete didn't win the championship in one game. They trained every day, mastering small skills, repeating drills, building stamina bit by bit. The writer didn't publish a bestseller overnight. They wrote one page, then another, day after day. The successful entrepreneur didn't create an empire with a single idea. They made small decisions, learned lessons, and implemented tiny improvements continuously. Here's the most important principle. Small actions matter. They seem insignificant at first, but over time, they produce extraordinary results. Waking up just 30 minutes earlier may seem unimportant, but over the course of a year, that adds up to hundreds of hours of productivity. Reading 5 pages a day may feel trivial, but over time, it transforms your knowledge, perspective, and mindset. Choosing to save a small amount of money each week may feel negligible, but eventually, it leads to financial security and freedom. Small actions are the building blocks of life. They shape your habits, your character, and ultimately your destiny. Most people underestimate the power of these small beginnings. They wait for the perfect moment or the big opportunity to arrive, unaware that the opportunity is actually created by consistent, small actions taken today. Small actions alone aren't enough, they need consistency. Doing something once doesn't create change. Doing it twice may barely make a difference. But when small actions are repeated daily, they multiply like compound interest. Discipline, persistence, and patience turn the ordinary into extraordinary. Consider health. One workout won't transform your body. One healthy meal won't transform your habits. But hundreds of workouts, repeated with intention, and thousands of nutritious meals, consistently chosen over years, create a transformation so profound it can't be ignored. The same principle applies to skills, relationships, finances, and personal growth. Consistency amplifies the impact of small actions. It's the silent force behind every great achievement in history. The person who mastered a skill, built a business, or changed the world didn't rely on one moment of brilliance. They relied on the quiet accumulation of small, repeated actions that nobody saw until the results were undeniable. Another reason small beginnings are so powerful is psychological. Small wins build confidence, momentum, and belief. Each time you take a small action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This creates a feedback loop. The more you do, the more you believe you can do. And belief, reinforced by consistent action, drives even more action. The magic is that small wins feel manageable. They don't intimidate you the way huge tasks do. They reduce procrastination, eliminate excuses, and make progress feel achievable. When progress feels achievable, you keep going. And over time, this snowball effect grows unstoppable. Life rarely gives us instant results. The truth is, most of the extraordinary things you see in the world started as ordinary, unnoticed actions. A kind word repeated daily builds stronger relationships than a single grand gesture. Saving a small amount consistently builds more wealth than one big lottery win. Studying a little each day builds more knowledge than one marathon cram session. The people who change their lives, and often the lives of others, understand this principle. They don't wait for a perfect plan or a perfect day. They start small and they start now. They understand that even when results are invisible, every choice, every habit, every action is shaping their future. So here's the question. What small step can you take today? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be consistent. Start small and stay consistent. Waking up early, reading a few pages, exercising for 10 minutes, writing a paragraph, making a call, sending a message, taking a step toward a goal even if it feels tiny. Every action matters. Every choice matters. Every habit matters. Small beginnings have the power to create massive change. They may seem invisible now, but one day you'll look back and realize everything has shifted. Your life, your habits, your health, your relationships, your future. Everything changed because you started small and never stopped. Remember, it starts small, but it changes everything. Success, transformation, greatness, they all grow from tiny seeds, nurtured with consistent effort. Don't underestimate the power of today's small action. Don't wait for a big moment. Choose the small, meaningful action now. Repeat it tomorrow. Repeat it. And one day, the life you've been dreaming of will no longer be a dream. It will be your reality.